Hey, what's going on, guys? This is CJ. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sure that you guys are aware of the Wingman and Peacekeeper being an absolute beast in Apex, and finally they have came out with an update. And to start it off with the Wingman, the fire rate went from a 3.1 to a 2.6, and this is a pretty big difference. I'm sure that the good players that don't miss a shot will still dominate you, and then they can still rack up those hit points. At 45 per damage is still insane. They are nerfing the skull piercer headshot damage from 2.5 down to 2.25, so whatever that equals up to, it's probably like 80 damage instead of 90, maybe 85 instead of 90. But the hip fire was also decreased, and also they made it so the hip fire reset is slower. So once you hip fire and then it spreads your crosshairs, it takes a longer time to actually close up those crosshairs to make it more accurate again. For the Peacekeeper, they have a huge fire rate decrease for the bolts. So level 1 went from a 10 to a 7.5%, then a level 2 was a 20% to a 13, and then level 3 was a 25 to 16. This is a huge difference. I still believe if you're a good player and can hit your shots, this only allows you to be a little bit more accurate instead of a spamming shooting this Peacekeeper. You're just going to take longer time because the gun shoots slower to actually make sure you land your shots, and it still can dominate regardless of how fast it can shoot. And I'm actually wondering if the Eva would be actually better to use, because I personally like the Eva. It's not a bad gun. I wouldn't really prefer it over the Peacekeeper, but the fire rate is just, I'd say, just a lot better. And for my type of playstyle, I like the Eva more than I do the Peacekeeper. Leave a comment down below if you guys like the Eva or the Peacekeeper more. I would like to actually know what you guys are using. So they also fixed a ton of disconnect issues after clicking the alt button, and I never had this issue, and I've never even heard of this, so I'm surprised that this was an actual thing. Let me know down below if you are having this issue, and hopefully this is actually going to fix it. Caustic player is the traps are being decreased 25% instead of 30 for a cooldown time. The increase of radius is 10% on them now, which I believe is an absolute must, because I feel like the traps were just not as good, and it felt more like a defense player than a assault player, and maybe that's their whole idea, but I feel like you can use caustic in a assault environment or situation now that you have a bigger radius for those gas bombs. And then also they removed the 1 second delay from players getting hit. So once you place it down and once they walk by it, there's no longer a 1 second delay while they walk by that bomb. It blows up and then it does more damage, and it does instant damage instead of it taking a while to do. The updates are coming to all of the hitboxes, so that's what I was talking about, that it will come out later on the 12th, and then they'll kind of update it throughout the season 1. They just wanted to make sure that it would work before they update it, and then make sure that they're not going to have any issues or major bugs is what they actually said. And like I said, I think that is an absolute good idea to make sure the game is actually running. So those are all the updates so far, but season 1 will be coming out, I think, the 12th, which is really close and really exciting. And they didn't want to push this out earlier because they wanted to make sure there was no bugs, which is absolutely amazing. I love that so much, and I hope that they are actually working on it and it's going to be what they're saying it's going to be, instead of it, they're building up hype and then it's not what it is. You know how it is. The games come out and then all the hype comes up and you guys get the game or something and it's not as good as what they were hyping it up for. So I think this update's going very well though. So far, I believe they are listening to everyone, all the community, and I really love that. It makes me happy that the game is being so backed up by the creators and really updating the game the way that the players want it to be. So I really enjoy that. If you guys are enjoying the game, let me know down below. I will be uploading more often. So thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button down below. If you are new, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.